YouTube, what's good? It's your boy, Paulus Harris, aka the Crazy Uncle. Hey, this your first time tuning in. Go ahead, hit the doggone subscribe button, hit the doggone notification bell anytime I post up new content. Hey, look, a lot of shit we got to talk about today, and we might have a special guest, hopefully. If they go good, if I actually really be on here long enough, uh, we gonna we gonna do the damn thing. We gonna hear what she got to say about the topics that I'm actually really gonna discuss today. For those of y'all that celebrate the 4th of July, hey, happy 4th, Independence Day. Any other time I would say independence for who? And for the most part, I can actually really still say independence for who, because I'm just like, since when? I mean, I get it. You want something, you fight for it. Okay, I got it. But I'm just like, what the fuck for? So now the case, since all of this stuff is stimming around so-called patriotic, doing stuff the American way, however you actually really want to look at it, right? This is what the hell we gonna talk about today. Uh, they actually like really on my other channel, right? They I said some shit that they ain't had no business saying. Well, guess what? I'm gonna say it again in the doggone way. Because here's the deal. When something is bad for you, right? Just know it's gonna be a hell of a lot worse for your kids, especially when they're in the development stages of their life. You know how they say cigarettes stunt your growth? Well, there's another C word out there that's doing shit a hell of a lot worse than what cigarettes could ever do, right? So now that we got that out the way, so let's do our first order of business. We gonna talk about Olympic athlete Gwen Berry. In her event, she came in third place, whatever. And when the national anthem went off with playing, she turned the other way. Everybody got pissed off, right? Talking about, oh, who does she think she is? She's un-American. This, that, and the third. And I'm like, okay, well, hey. And it's just like what I said on my, it's what, and the only reason why I said it is because on my face, because I did the show on her on my Facebook page. And for the most part, I just looked at it, I just said this. And y'all gonna have to, I forgot about how raggedy this damn table is because I'm outside. So, but in other case, people. So here's the deal. Here's the deal, people. And I said this on, like I said this on my Facebook page. But like this, when a government, right, lies to you by means of education, so-called education, bullshit education, right? Yeah, you actually really might actually really go out there and do such, represent your country the best way you can and know how. Hell, just like for me, I wore the uniform for 21 years. And for those of y'all that actually really serve close, that actually really serve with me and actually really know me close, y'all know how I operated. Y'all know how I operated. I had no problem telling you what the fuck I wasn't gonna do, and this is how I was gonna do it if I decide to do it, right? So, and it was a lot of times, I'll be the first one to tell you. At 1700, Hell, if I run, if I wasn't already at the house, right? I made sure that I was in the house so I wouldn't have to stand for retreat a lot of times. Yeah. Call me what the fuck you wanted, but guess what? I still protected your ass for 21 motherfucking years. So y'all go eat a dick behind that. So, but another case, so she turned, she didn't want to stand or be like the rest of them while the national anthem was played. But it's just like what I said, when you've been lied to, and then once you find out, oh shit, these motherfuckers lied. So what the hell do you expect for a motherfucker to do? Which for the most part brings me to this whole critical race bullshit, right? Again, and once I get everything out, just know it's a focal point to this. It's a focal point to this, right? So everybody all of a sudden now, just like say, I went and talked to some people. People let me know that hey, this whole critical race thing has been around for a pretty good while. But the thing about it is almost like, okay, so you done went away from racism, so-called racism, I believe. Now it's all about critical race. And and for the most part, just go back on my other channel, look at some of my previous shows on how I actually really viewed race, right? Because apparently these raggedy bastards don't know what the fuck race is. Just like I said, a lot of motherfuckers will actually look at me, put like this. The average motherfucker is actually really gonna call me either black or African American, which I am neither one. I am neither one. I am Cherokee Indian, Blackfoot, Puerto Rican, and Jamaican. Plain and simple. Ain't no African roots, no goddamn way. And so and then it's just for the simple fact I always tell y'all, hey, look, Africa is a continent, not a country. You got plenty of countries on that continent. So it's just for the simple fact for you to, again, to allow yourself to be labeled as African American. And then it's just for the simple fact, see, and then y'all wonder why she did what the fuck she did. Right? So again, this is what the fuck has been taught. This is what the fuck has been brought down. Right? 9 times out of 10, I would have did the same shit. So again, people, this is what happens. This is what the fuck you do, and then you motherfuckers, and y'all know who y'all are, right? Y'all want to sit up here. Y'all want to sit up here and doggone be like, oh, well, who the hell does she think she is? She's a grown ass woman. That's what the fuck she knows she is. How about that? Right? Just like say, you raggedy motherfuckers, I swear, y'all, some of y'all just want to get on motherfucking TV and act like you saying something and you ain't saying shit. Right? Because you lick a lot of ass. But like I was saying about this whole critical race thing, listen, we're all human beings here, regardless of doggone color. And then even then, just like what I said earlier, you classify me as the wrong color. I am not black, people. I got on black shorts on right now. My runner shoes are black, but me actually really being black, no. And if you can actually really see the tattoos on my arms, they black. Just like I say, y'all bunch of grown ass people don't know your goddamn colors. Because if you did, you wouldn't be sitting up here hollering about this doggone critical race bullshit. with all human beings, people. Kill that noise. Like, really? Kill the motherfucking noise. So now that we got Gwen Berry out the way, just like I said, y'all leave that goddamn woman alone, right? Oh, and then they come to find out, then she, but they always say it's a, and I hate to be going back and forth like this, but here's the deal. I hate it when a person will do something or say something, and then of course, and depending on what it is, of course you're gonna catch it. You're gonna catch it, right? But then don't go back and try to backtrack what the fuck you just said or did, right? Own up to your shit. Like, really. Don't sit up there and holler about, oh, it was a setup, or somebody, they were saying that, okay, you part of this, this political group, this activist group or whatever. Own up to your shit. If that's what the hell you meant to do, then damn it, then say, yeah, I meant to do it. Now what? What the fuck you gonna do now? Right? Freedom of speech, freedom of expression, whatever the hell it is that you actually really want to call it, is what the hell she did. Right? So again, kill that noise. And it's just for the simple fact, let's just look at it like this, right? Back in the 60s, when those two brothers, when they did the fist, you motherfuckers had something to say about that. And then when Ali won his gold medal, once he figured out what the fuck was going on, guess what? He tossed that motherfucker. Right? But y'all consider him now as the greatest of all time. So make up your fucking mind. Again, I'll say that again. Make up your fucking mind who you want to cheer for, who you want to boo for. Right? Again. And then y'all wonder why I call y'all raggedy motherfuckers all the time. Because you don't know no goddamn better. Or you do, right? But just like I say, when somebody put that shit out there, that fresh pile of shit, again, go back on my other channel, right? Because I said that flies love the fresh pile of shit. And so that's what the fuck that was. All you motherfuckers all over that shit, because that's all exactly what the fuck it is. So I guess I got enough of that. So now we gonna go to the next one, right? This Sha'carri, and I hope I'm saying her name right, Sha'carri Richardson. So apparently she running, she part of the Olympic team. So I guess she won. They didn't come up, she come up hot. She come up hot on the motherfucking piston. And I'm just like, now I'm like, okay, now you're reaching. You're reaching. You motherfucking reaching, right? So now so let's look at this. So you got one, you're already pissed off because one didn't stand up or stand like how she was supposed to while the national anthem was playing. Now you get one that came up high on goddamn urinalysis, right? And then to actually really top all of this off, people. Bill Cosby is now back home, or at least that's what y'all think he did on Wednesday, right? But ask yourself this all important question, people. Bill Cosby, legally blind. So let me get this straight. You gonna put a legally blind man in prison. He was 81 years old at the time. So you gonna put a legally blind man in prison. How that work, people? I mean, please help me understand that one. It don't make no kind of sense. Now, I can see it. I can see it if your ass was already in prison. But I'm just looking at it like this. Even if you in prison and you 80 years old, I'm like, you 80. The fuck you doing in prison? Right? Send your ass home to your family. Let them take care of your ass. Right? Because ain't no 80-year-old finna go out and fuck up nothing but themselves. Not that I don't have nothing against old people, because I'm gonna get old eventually. Right? But I'm just like, you 80. Right? And so that's what I'm saying. And everybody dancing. Ooh, they freed Bill Cosby. And then they showed all them bullshit videos when he dancing and carrying on. I'm like, motherfucker, don't y'all know he was already at the house? And it's just like what I said the other day with that Derek Chauvin guy, right? They're like, oh, well, we're going to give him 22 and a half years, right? Because y'all thought that he killed George Floyd. Hell, he know he ain't killed George Floyd, right? Because like I say, it's too goddamn easy. It's too easy for the camera to be in there and they had you like this. It's too easy for them to like, hey, look, let's let the people see that he getting handcuffed and then getting shipped off. It's too easy to do that. And then again, everybody, all you so-called black folk, ignorant ass black folk, yeah, good for him. But then again, some of y'all bitched about that. But just like I said, that motherfucker, he ain't in jail either. Right? Because guess what? George Floyd ain't dead. I hate keep sounding like old broke ass rock. But that's exactly what the fuck it is. Right? Go back and look at the footage. Just like say, go and place your leg on somebody's neck just like how he did, and you tell me how much pressure you think is gonna happen when your other leg is there for support. Tell me that, then get back with me on that. Right? So like I said, people, but like I say, y'all have to really think they put a blind man in prison. Now, I'll be the first one to tell you the justice system in this country is rather fucked up. It can be rather fucked up at times. Right? But if y'all actually really think that they put an 81-year-old man that's blind in prison, guess what? Y'all a whole bunch of bird box motherfuckers. Plain and simple. And all what the fuck you doing is just listening. Right? You can't see shit. Right? Matter of fact, Bill Cosby can see better than all of y'all. Because y'all watch TV just like this. But the first time you take your eyes away from some shit, you like, ah! Then you die off. Well, you call yourself then died off. Right? Because you actually really didn't saw some shit 9 times out of 10 that it was meant for you to see in the first doggone place. That's why your ass died off. Because you finally opened your eyes to some shit. So, just like I say, people, I can sit up here, and people who actually really think somewhat on the same wavelength as me, we can get on here, we get on our little platform, our little soapbox or whatever. And we get on here and we say what we got to say. People watch it and you're gonna do one or two things. You either gonna like, you'll do one or three things. You either gonna like it, you're gonna dislike it, right? Or then you gonna write a comment on why you either liked it or you didn't like it. That's all what the fuck you gonna do, right? But just know, all of this, and then I almost forgot. With all of this stuff that I just said, because I told y'all, all of this shit has a point of origin. All of this shit didn't start happening until after Juneteenth. They made that bullshit day a motherfucking national holiday. Again, the lie, the ultimate lie, or one of the ultimate lies, actually really thinking, oh, well, that's the day they freed slaves. Well, for the most part, a lot of motherfuckers will tell you, well, shit, that was a year earlier. But then again, let's look at it like this. Because I went back and like I say, I watch a lot of shit. I'll do a lot of research. And so I was watching the history of black comedy. Matter of fact, it's called More Funny Black Comedy in America. They like say it's old as shit. They like say if you haven't watched it, go watch it. You can type it up on YouTube, right? So I'm watching how the white man will put the black on his face, trying to act like us, right? But if you try to, but here's the deal. Here's the thing about this. Now, if the so-called slave, if he or she didn't know how to read, and if the language written wasn't really all of that good back at the time, because see, you gotta understand something. This was in the 1830s when that shit actually really showed up. Because I went back and again, I went back and I did the research. Right? So if slavery ended in 1864 or 1865, so-called slavery, that shit was in the 1830s. So that's 30 plus years before Lincoln came along and so-called freed the slaves. So some shit ain't lining up somewhere, right? So like I say, you want to sit up here, you want to call yourself making fun of the black folks, right? So-called black folks, so-called African Americans, right? But the thing about it though, if we were that doggone despicable, that degrading, then why in the hell would you actually really want to look like us in the first place? And then even then, you did a bullshit job behind that. So again, just like I say, all this shit didn't start happening until after Juneteenth. She didn't want to stand up for the national anthem, come up hot on motherfucking urinalysis, Bill Cosby back home, or at least that's what the fuck y'all think he was. Just like I say, that motherfucker never left his house. And then, as far as like the whole Bill Cosby thing goes, right? I can't help but to actually really go back to what the so-called Dr. Umar Johnson said about that whole Bill Cosby thing, right? Because apparently they was saying something that, well, the way that the Dr. Johnson had it, where that the property that Cosby owns was actually like really sitting up under a huge oil pool, right? You know, I guess they went out there and they did it, and then oil spewed it out or whatever. But that's Cosby's property, right? So I guess Cosby not wanting to actually really give it up, right? right? So they was like, okay, well, hey, look, let's go dig up some shit that he did way back in 2004 or even earlier, right? They sent this motherfucker to jail for a couple of years, right? And we'll go and we'll test it out. We'll test out. We'll see if it's actually like really legit or not, right? And then if it is, keep him in jail. If it ain't, let it turn his ass loose, right? Because the original sentence was supposed to be 3 to 10, right? So he ended up doing 2.5. Damn, there that number is again. That 2.5, right? So, and then and the only reason why they were saying the reason why they were saying that he got out because of what some prosecutor told him back in 2005, which is bullshit, right? Talking about, well, hey, look, you will never get charged with any crime, regardless of nature. So again, I'm like, okay, well, who the fuck does that? Who the fuck does that? Again, it's what happens when you part of the industry, that bullshit industry, right? But then again, who am I to like say I'm just a crazy uncle, right? Just looking at shit for how you're supposed to look at it, right? Because it's almost like motherfuckers forget, hey, freedom of speech, freedom of expression. And then the first time somebody do it, then you want to get pissed off about it. But then again, just like say, Ali did it. I can't call their name right off right now, but they did it, right? And then y'all want to sit up here and holler about, and then on top of that, Ali dodged the draft. But now he's the greatest of all time. So again, just like say, y'all motherfuckers, y'all, it's almost like you motherfuckers, look, sometimes y'all is shit where you're supposed to. Wipe your ass, flush the toilet. A lot of you motherfuckers actually really shit on yourselves, right? Take your clothes off, take your drawers off, or take your drawers off, put your pants back on, and then hope nobody don't see you, right? Then there's a lot of y'all are shit on, you have a loose ass, you shit on yourself, and then get mad at the next motherfucker, right? so again, right? Next Tuesday, at this point in the junction, I can't even call, well, yeah, being the next Tuesday motherfucker, and this is for, I threw that phrase out there for a couple of my people that I serve with. They already know who the fuck they are. I had to put in the next Tuesday piece there. So, well, like I said, people, just like I said, I don't talk what everybody else had to say about it, and I'm just like, here we go. And again, it's just like what I always tell y'all, I'm the motherfucking forensic guy, right? Your house burned down, yeah, you gonna call 911. The fire department gonna come out, the police gonna come out, the ambulance gonna come out, and then here come the news media, because they gotta film it, right? Then once they put it out, then they're gonna be like, okay, come on, forensics, tell us how the fire started. Then they come in, they tell you how the fire started, but they don't tell you why it started, right? Because here's the deal. When a system when it's actually like really been built and designed to fail, then all what we get to see is the manifestation on why the system failed, i.e., Gwen Berry, Sha'carri Richardson, Bill Cosby, the whole motherfucking critical, the so-called critical race theory, when everybody is motherfucking human beings. Put like this: if you got 2 eyes, 2 ears, nose, mouth, 33 vertebrae, or a grand total of 206 bones in your body, you got motherfucking 12 pints of blood, your heart rate is anywhere from 72 to 76 beats per minute, you bleed, your blood just as red as mine, right? You can reproduce just like I can, even though that I'm not looking to reproduce no more, right? But the thing about those is, if you got the same motherfucking specs that I have, then yeah, you're a human being. Now, here's the deal: if your mouth is, put like this, if your mouth is right here, then yeah, we got problems. You ain't from this world, all right? But just look, everybody's human being. We all humans, regardless of color, regardless of how tall you are, how short you are, how fat you are, how smart you are, how stupid you are. We all human beings here. So enough of that damn critical race bullshit. Like, really, fuck is wrong with y'all? Right? Did your mama drop you on your head when you was little? Did your daddy sit on you? Right? Did they get you high one time too many? I mean, what the fuck, people? Like, seriously. So, with that being said, look, tell your mama, tell your daddy, tell Big Dan, tell Big Bertha, your uncle, your auntie, your grandma, your papa, motherfucker next door across the street around the corner. Paulus Harris, aka Crazy Uncle. My special guest didn't show up, but hey, it is what it is. It'll be other shows, right? And hopefully, hopefully YouTube won't take this one down and dock me again. But hey, in either case, I just felt like I really had to get this one out. This was like, I couldn't hold this one. So hey, look, I'm gonna holler at y'all.